And I just want to ask you to share a little bit about your brand, if you're ready.
Sure. So
could you explain MC2 Industries and your whole line of products?
Sure. So Melani Beauty has evolved into a product line that served for my interests. So I was always looking for very pure, natural ingredients, interesting and exotic ingredients that have benefits to the skin, and something that makes you feel good when you use it. So we have beautiful fragrances that come from nature. It started off with a serum that had a bit of a cult following, an anti-aging serum that worked so well that people were finding they were using it for years and their skin didn't change over years. So the longevity serum was actually based on somewhat of a Canadian theme for me. The ingredients come from Canadian maple sugar plants, turmeric, green tea, ginseng, obviously aloe, vitamin C, and then we built out a line of serums, a family of serums to be the answer for varying skin types and ages and needs. So we have the longevity serum, the Mogu serum, which also is from mushroom extracts, which are also great adaptogens for the skin, great for anti-aging and detoxification of the skin. So then we have the Luminate serum, which also comes from sea materials, sea kelp, algae, seaweed. And then there is the Orchis serum, which is also a rare orchid extract, which is great. Again, another adaptogen for the skin. And then we have a lot of complementary products which have evolved. Beauty oils, naturally fragranced beauty oils derived from meadow foam, daikon seed, and a lot of really interesting oils that impart amazing anti-aging effects on the skin. So there's also a beautiful cleanser that uses Canadian glacial clay for detoxifying your skin, and it's very mild. And what I love about it is that when the product actually goes back into the system, glacial clay is actually a purifier, so it's actually great for the environment to get us back into our water system.
Cool. Mm-hmm. So when you're, I guess, formulating these products, what is your thought process going through building the ingredients for it?
I would say that the process usually starts with an inspiration either for a result. So either I'm thinking, someone may ask me about, do you have a product that is good for depuffing your eyes or puffiness under eyes? And right away my mind will go to specific ingredients that may help with, so maybe like a cucumber extract or a green tea extract, or caffeine extract, which is great for depuffing the skin in different areas. So it can be used for cellulite, it can be used for depuffing, it can be used for body shaping. And then usually I'll try to think of a really creative application, because maybe it might be interesting for the consumer to not just use an under eye cream, but maybe a firming gel that contains a caffeine. So it's usually a process that starts off with a core need or a solution, and then it maybe gets a little creative when you start thinking about ingredients. And then I like to always put a twist on the ingredients that we have. So instead of making an under eye cream, maybe we'll make a patch, or do something cool where the application might be, a roller, or just try to make it different and stand out in the market.
That actually sounds really cool. It's almost like exactly what your professional title is, like cosmetic chemist.
Mm-hmm.
Like it almost sounds like you're just testing things out, mixing them around, and you don't really know what to expect yet, but you have a guess at what might happen, mm-hmm. or what might come out of the product.
Mm-hmm. Well, usually we'll kind of actually start from the other end. We'll know what the result from the product would be, and then we work backwards from that, and either reverse develop and then engineer it in a way based on best practices, obviously, and then try things new. So creating new antioxidants or finding a new bioactive is also really interesting. But it does take years and a lot of time and a lot of hard work to develop those things, because you have to do research into the history of those products. You have to find standards and benchmarks, and then you get into a whole system of commercialization where you're working with your government and your regulatory in order to find out which space you can start to explore into in order to create new products, and whether there is value in it. So sometimes you can be working on a research project for months or maybe years, and then you find that once you get to commercialization, maybe there's a product that already exists, or it doesn't exist, but there's a pending patent, so you can't move forward any further. So it's interesting as long as you love the absorption of a lot of information from a lot of different disciplines and different studies, from physics to chemistry to the natural life sciences. It all sort of embodies within this industry, and they can't work one without the other. So we work with a team of many different scientists from different disciplines, doctors, dermatologists, even neurologists get involved, because when we're talking about toxins and our defense systems, our natural defense systems, we do speak with neurologists on, their level of expertise on, how things can be mitigated. Or there's also a huge sort of psychological study behind the world of beauty and the world of fashion, and how people perceive things and how they make them feel, and marketing, the psychology marketing. So it's very interesting, and I think that when people take into consider, and this is something that we talked about at that last symposium that we had, that I met you at, was that there's always a space for somebody within the industry. And if you think you're going to get into fashion and beauty because you want to be a fashion designer, not everybody is capable of being a fashion designer, but maybe you could be an analyst, maybe you could work in retail or in marketing. So there's a lot of different areas that students and people who are looking to get in the industry can find themselves. So to work in cosmetic chemistry, you don't necessarily have to be a chemist, but you have to have a mind that is willing to explore and to find definition and solutions for things, new products in the market.
Cool. Okay, and that pretty much wraps up the questions that I have.
Okay, cool.
You. Thank you for your time and letting me meet you out in this wonderful place. So that was Melani Chong, cosmetic chemist at MC2 Industries. Send any questions over by email because we'd love to hear from you. Anyways, that's all. See you on the next one.